What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is having a great day. It's been a couple weeks since a pickups video because I was out of town. I went on vacation, a class trip with one of my children. We went on the Washington, D.C. trip. That's a pretty popular thing here in the States to do for a certain grade or two. And it's the first time that I went and I experienced the Capitol and Gettysburg and Mount Vernon, and we saw a Flight 93 memorial. There was lots of things that we saw that were really, really cool. So I had an absolute blast. That's why you guys didn't see me last week. But I definitely have some pickups, picked up some stuff online from Instagram, some local coin shop stuff, all sorts of stuff. If you guys ever get a chance to go on a DC trip or go check it out, if you haven't done it, I highly recommend it. It was way, way more fun and more cool than I thought it was going to be. I had an absolute blast. But enough about that. Let's get into it. Picked up some few things that I don't normally pick up or have not picked up in a while. And that'll tend to happen on your stacking journey. You'll get away from something and maybe you'll go back to something, and then it'll maybe remind you why you stopped buying that stuff in the first place. And I will start with this one up here. I did order some coins. Ordered some coins offline. This is a cool World's Wildlife. It's the first time I saw this one. This is the bear. This is the fourth in the series. And this is the 2022. These are for the Congo. These are made by, Geiger. Geiger made these. And I bought this one because I thought it was made by Scottsdale. But the first three were made by Geiger, so I'm assuming this one is. And as you can see, it doesn't come off the greatest in the camera. There's more milk spots down here. It's one of the reasons why I stay away from coins. And if I do buy any coins, it's either maybe Kooks or Koalas or Scottsdale. I really haven't seen too much as far as milk spots on Scottsdale coins. And I just like Scottsdale in general. This one was pretty cool. Like I said, the first one I believe was a giraffe, then a whale, then a bald eagle, then the bear was the newest one. And I picked this up from, where did I get this from? Provident Metals. This came in with my Zombucks, my new Zombucks order. So this is one of the reasons why I don't buy new coins. You're gonna get new coins with milk spot right there, and it kind of ruins it, right? I mean, you can collect them and such. However, if you get the milk spots, you're not going to really capture any premiums. And then I did have an order as well. I'll get to the Zombucks here in just a moment. I did end up picking up 2 boxes and a few of the silver and the copper, and I'll give you guys a real nice close-up here. Un momento, but I also picked up an order from Bold Precious Metals. And I really like this one. It's been a while, like I said, I kind of stopped buying coins. Didn't really want to buy coins anymore and pay the premiums on it. And it really depends on the market and what I feel is good value that are out there. Or if I'm finding my number one choice, like art bars and vintage bars, that's where my money's always going to go first. Well, so I ordered some Scottsdale stuff, and it did say it in the fine print, mind you. It did say that they did not come in capsules, because most all Scottsdale coins will come on a board like this or in a capsule. So these were loose, and of course they get ones with rim dings and stuff like that. So I was not very excited about that. This is one of the new alien designs. It is a cool coin and everything, but I probably will go right back to not buying any coins at all anymore. I do like the Congo gorilla, the silverback gorillas. I have been picking these up since the beginning, and there was 3 years, like I said, I stopped buying coins. So I went ahead and picked up the back dates on these. They were decent price on sale from Bold. And then of course, when I get them, none of them are in their capsules. So that's kind of annoying. So like I said, something's just telling me to just go ahead and not buy these coins. They're just not worth it. That's the 2020. If you haven't seen it, we'll go ahead and give you a look at all these. This one is the 2021. This is actually a pretty cool design. Let's get this one out of here. I'm going to end up putting these in my own capsules, but I don't know. I like the silverback gorilla. They started in 2015, I believe. I bought a bunch back then, and I bought them throughout the years, except for like the last 3 years, like I stated, getting away from stuff like that. I got bored. You know how it is. We're all we also come to that sometimes where we get online and you know, either we're trying to make it to where we get free shipping or whatnot, or we'll just buy stuff that we like. And you know, this just goes back to remind me why I don't buy those coins. And the other thing that I wanted to pick up was the Rum Runner series. They made 18, 19, and 2020. And again, I like the Scottsdale, so I ripped this open so I could show you this just in case you had not seen this. Let's give you a good look at that. Just a cool old pirate ships themes. That's the 2018. Here's the 2019. And I don't believe I had these. I may have had one or two of them, but I don't believe I had all three of them. So I went ahead and scooped those. So I was happy with those since they did come. And this was another one that I had been eyeballing from Scottsdale that I just had not pulled the trigger on. And since I caved and I bought some coins, I went ahead and picked this one up as well. So I was pretty happy with that. And it's also been a while since I picked up any kookaburras and koalas, and I grabbed one of each. I do like these coins. Again, I don't always pick them up, but if they just come out and I'm not paying up for them, I'm not going to go back and pick up any of the back dates at a higher price. But let's go ahead and take a look at the new Zombucks. I know a lot of people are pretty excited about it. I was around and stacking on Provident when the first Zombucks series came through. It was pretty fun. I did not stack them all back then, but me and my friends had been talking recently, like it would be cool if Provident came back out with something that we could collect or stack and put back together. So this is the first in a series of 10. It is the Pandemonium. There is a box that you can buy with 20 slots. They do come with capsules, so you can have the silver and the copper. The copper's cool. Yeah, I know it's $1.99 for a piece of copper. However, if you go back and look at any of these, they go for a heck of a lot more than $1.99, and I see a lot of people wasting premium on silly pieces a lot worse than $1.99. So that's all I'll say about that. Some other stuff that I was able to pick up. I picked up 3 of these. Mutiny's Metal. This was the club bar for the month. This is a pretty cool design right there. Try to give you a nice good look at that. And once again, please ignore the nails. I've been out in the shop and doing yard work. Mutiny Metal's club bar. I've been picking these up since last summer when they started. 3 every month, putting 3 sets together. And they also had a couple new Wicked Sick relic designs. Just got one of each. Just getting one of each of these guys. I'm not buying multiples of the Wicked Sick. It's a pretty big set. It's probably coming up on maybe 100 ounces of just the Wicked Sick if you just had one of each. If you had a complete set, which I do. And there's not very many complete sets out there. So I will continue to stack that and put that set together. So that was a lot of fun. Now, there was a couple things that I found on Instagram. Let's touch on that before we get to the coin shop finds, which I did find some vintage stuff. But before we get there, AG's Stacking over on Instagram. If you're not familiar, the last few years he kind of started on Instagram, and he's quite the character, and he sells a lot of stuff. And there was this older, not too old, but older bear piece. It's a wood pour, 55 grams. Anytime I find, my buddies or the old YouTube pourers where people are selling them secondary, I'll scoop them up almost each and every time, especially if it's a sweet piece like that from my good buddy, the bear. And then next, I will ask you guys if I can pick this up. Oh, geez. Here we go. What do you guys know about a Vulcan silver pour? You know what I mean? If you guys been around for a while, of course you know who Vulcan is. Vulcan 5678. He has not been pouring silver in quite some time. However, you will see in a near future video that I had talked him into making me something, which I'm very excited to get. It'll be my first Vulcan pour in quite some time. But this is a 2.3 ounce cross. It says second pour because as they pour into the wood, the deeper the grooves get, the more pores as it burns into the wood. And I picked this piece up from Silver Bean Counter. He had it up for sale. If you haven't seen his video lately, he is selling some silver on Instagram, trying to help his mom out. So, and I believe this weekend as well, he will having some silver sales on his Instagram page, so go check him out over on Instagram. Maybe you'll be able to nab some cool stuff. But the second I saw that Vulcan pour, that one was mine, claimed it right away. Absolutely happy that he let go of that, and happy to have another Vulcan piece in my stack. You guys have seen lots and lots of other things, but not tons of Vulcan stuff, so very, very cool. Now let's get into some stuff that I picked up at my coin shop. I picked up another one of these 10-ounce Bison bullion pours. I just really like the shape of this mold. I have a few of these already. Not too bad. My shop, you know, the market has been treading water at 25, going sideways for some time. That's kind of what I expected. If you've been watching my last videos, I keep saying that I'm kind of waiting to see which side of 25 it breaks out on. It kind of looked like there was a new bottom. It busted through 25, and then we had like a hard bottom at 24.50. And you know, and then the stuff came around with the interest rates and kind of spiked it back up to where it just kissed 26. And now today, it's all the way back down to 25. Just treading water, guys. It looks like there's big moves going. It's going up and down $1 is basically what it's been doing. You know, if you look at the last 30-day chart, it's been kind of bouncing between 25 and 26. What do you guys think it's going to do? At this point in time, I'm not really too sure. I'm thinking there's a pretty good chance that it might come down. I'm thinking there's a really good chance that it might just continue to tread sideways within a couple dollars. That's what silver tends to do and tends to like to do over the course of, you know, the last decade that I've been stacking. Here's a Prospector's Gold and Gems. They're still around, still making stuff. I had not had this particular 10-ounce bar from them, and the mold shape is different from the other ones that I have. So I think this mold shape may be a little bit older of one, but Prospector Gold and Gems is out there. They sell silver. They're a refiner. You can send your silver, unpure silver, or scrap gold to them, and they can make bars for you for a fee, or you can just outright buy their bullion. So this is the type of silver that I like. I like to be able to handle it, throw it around. This, you know, the majority of my stack nowadays, you know, I've moved far away from a lot of the coins, and the primary, most of my stack is either like, you know, art bars, vintage, or, you know, say like YPS, or all different types of things like that. I like this type of silver, and that's why I have so much of it in my stack. And I was happy to find a Jackson Precious Metals. Just saw Silver Hustlin' 13 found the same darn bar, so congrats on that find again, Silver Hustlin' 13. I happened to find this a couple days before I watched your video, so I found one as well. Very, very cool bar. I found a couple of these in the wild in the past. You know, down from that Ohio Valley down there where the OPM and quite a few other in the same mold, same area, has nice premium on it. Not a super, super rare bar by any stretch of the imagination, but anytime I find these old bars, as you guys know, they're going to go home with me as long as there's not a, you know, a crazy, absurd amount of premium on them. And at my coin shop, they're pretty decent to me. So I found some art bars as well. As you can see over here, we have an Abraham Lincoln, which has wonderful, wonderful detail on the Lincoln. You guys may have seen this before. I didn't pay anywhere near that. I'm not sure why that sticker's even on there. I believe, even though this is unmarked, I believe this is a Madison Mint bar. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure that's a Madison Mint bar. Here we have the Metal Arts Co. 1913 serialized. I have a few of these in my stack already. But again, when I see the art bars, I'm going to go ahead and pick them up. I saw a few of these as well. These U.S. state silver bars. They have these with different states on them. You guys may have seen these in the past, may have not. If you were in a coin shop and you saw these, you probably, I don't know if you would pick these up or not, but if you go ahead and you go over on eBay and you can see what these sell for, they sell for a heck of a lot more than a couple bucks over. So that was a pretty good find, finding 6 of these. These have some nice premium on them. like, you know, some of the art bars. But again, you know, when it comes to the coin shops need to turn and burn. They need to get the product in and out the door. They're not going to mess around on the secondary market because they're going to sell in their shop. They have overhead to deal with. They're not going to mess with eBay too much unless they have something that's extremely, you know, high premium, that it's worth their time to mess with. And then, of course, they got to pay the fees and the shipping and all that type of stuff. So I get it, you know, they're not gonna worry too much about stuff like this. And this is the type of stuff that I've been picking up for years and years and years, and will continue to. And I recommend that you do as well. And I was able to pick up 3 of these Pioneer Mint 1 ounce art bars. Was very, very happy with that. Really like that design. These are cool bars. I'm not sure how many of these I already have in my stack, if any. Probably have at least 1. But it's been such a dry spell with the art bars, guys. When I see them, I'm buying them. They're coming home with me. So as you can see, there was quite a few things that I picked up. Let me zoom back out just a little bit. You know, as far as the markets and everything go, I'm going to continue to purchase consistently. You know, that's what I've been telling you guys for the 9 years full of YouTube videos on here. I purchase consistently. I don't get too crazy unless I really, really feel like I'm getting a screaming deal and I have the, you know, the funds to get a little crazy with it. There's quite a bit of silver here. You know, this is probably about 60 ounces or so. So it's been decent pickups for myself anyways. Over the last couple weeks, that's quite a bit of silver for me and my budget. So, you know, I have fun, still having fun with it, still finding stuff out there. Like I said, touched my toes back into the coins a little bit. I like these coins, but as far as the other ones, I'm probably going to get right back from buying those. I will continue to pick up the Zombucks though, having fun with that every 4 months. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be at least a couple years before we get 2.5, 3 years, whatever it works out to be, before we actually get that full set. But if you guys are out there and you're looking at wanting to pick something up, put your money into something, maybe, you know, a first in a series. I'm not telling you to go out there and buy 9 million of them, but if you're out there and you're buying stuff and you're paying high premiums on such, which there isn't terribly high premiums on those as far as the Zombucks, it's a pretty good bet. I see a lot of people buying those 1 ounce Germanias. Don't buy those, in my opinion. I know I'm probably getting a lot of hate for that, but don't spend $7 or $8 over spot for a 1 ounce cast bar, guys. They're going to make a ton of them. Usually the Germania Mint makes a lot of cast pieces. I feel, well, I don't really know anymore because everybody made such a big deal out of that 1 ounce piece that came out, and they see how popular it is. So they're probably going to keep bending you over for the high premiums on that because of supply and demand and how, you know, popular it is online. But if you're going to buy anything like that, I would recommend, you know, buy one of these instead. They're cheaper, and you know, you have more collectability here, and it may be a while before you can capitalize on it, but you'll do better off. You know, if you like them, buy them. I'm not telling you not to buy them. I think they're cool and everything. Just at $7 or $8 over spot, where a lot of the websites had them, or even more if you went on eBay, they're just not worth it, in my opinion. If you get it cheaper than that, you know, if you get it closer to spot, if you find a good deal, you know, then maybe that's the thing. But, or if you just buy one because you like it. I tend not to come on here and tell you guys ever to not buy anything, or to, hey, buy this. You know, I try not to do that, but I definitely see a trend out there, and it's the same reason why I brought up, you know, the stuff about the 90%. It's like every video out there right now, about 90% gets 1 million views. So I think like people are just making 90% videos just for that fact. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many new people out there that are buying it's gonna disappear, and they got to spend $35 an ounce on 90%. Don't fall for those traps, guys. You know, I say it and it probably sound like a broken record, but I'm going to be a little bit more opinionated. I will give you guys my opinion on different stuff. You know, and you might be like, man, I don't want your opinion. I'm watching you buy these Scottsdale coins with dings in them. Well, you know, I thought this was going to be in a capsule and not damaged, and I only bought one. You know what I mean? Just because I was curious and it's been so long. But usually I try to buy stuff like this, as you guys know, if you guys follow me, to, you know, that built-in premium that I've been preaching for years. And, you know, same thing with the art bars, get that built-in premium. But as far as the new releases out there now, that Zombucks, the first in the series, probably going to sell quite a few, but down the road, maybe a year or so from now, if you have some patience, you'll definitely do pretty good, you know. And you know, I saw on eBay where they had 100 of these you could buy. 100 of these you could buy, you know, 5 rolls of them. You know, I'm not, you know, I don't tend to like flip stuff like that, but you could probably, it wouldn't be worth your time to flip one at a time. But if you bought rolls of those, you may be able to double your money if you sat on it for a couple years or maybe even longer. So that might not even be worth your time to even bother picking up any of the coppers to try to flip down the road. But I think the silver ones are a good bet. But lots of rambling, but that's okay. It's been a couple weeks since I had a video with you guys. Been out there pouring, been doing my thing. I'm gonna have some cool new pours to share with you guys as well here in the near future. If you guys have any ideas or things that you would like for me to make videos on, I try to get some interaction going down in the comments. Sometimes it's hard to get people to comment, but that's okay too. You know, I just want to keep shooting these out there, and then I'm thinking about, well, not thinking about, I'm going to, I don't know when, but I'm gonna bring back some lives. I'm gonna start doing some lives where I just come on and you know, chat, maybe answer some questions about stacking and pouring and things of that nature. Definitely gonna start throwing some of those in there. Maybe have some of the old guys come hang out with me, and we can chat like we used to back in the old days. That will be kind of fun. But that's it for today. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping by. Let me know what you think about my pickups over the last couple weeks, and we'll see you on the next one.